So you're going to get Dallas's better game. You're going to need better goaltending to combat that.
One more for me. Miro Heiskanen, of course, factoring in huge in game one. When does Matthias Ekholm factor in for the Oilers?
First question we asked today in Chris Knoblauch's availability, and he said not ready to go game two. I watched him skate yesterday, and Chris Cuthbert and I were talking. He looked pretty good. Like, maybe he's ready. And I was surprised when they ruled him out of the first two games, and I thought maybe after losing game one, they would change that whole ruled him out of game one and out of game two. And Chris Knoblauch today said not ready, will not play in game two. So he'd be helpful. And that's part of the PK, guys. Like, that was a big reason why, the traffic in front of Stuart Skinner will be appreciably less when you have the Viking there, forcibly moving bodies out from in front of the net. He can do that. So that will be a big addition. Let's hope we see him in Edmonton for games 3 and 4. So that is a good question, Nick, and let's be hopeful he's back, because that is a big part of their blue line. Having said that, guys, he's played 3 shifts since March 26th. So it took Heiskanen a few games to ramp up. Heiskanen went 14 minutes, 18 minutes, 23 minutes. Last night he was excellent, 24 minutes. He was everything you would expect. It might take Ekholm a game or two to get back into that, game-ready Stanley Cup playoff Western Conference final shape.
What are you guys doing in Dallas tonight? Cool stuff?
Yeah, you and Luke. Where are you guys going?
We are heading out. We're grabbing dinner with a few other colleagues. Hopefully Gene will join us, and we're going to watch the Panther game. I call it the Panther game. I guess I should call it the Hurricane Panther game. But we're going to go watch Carolina and Florida game 2 and have a bite to eat. And it's sizzling. I know it's horrible in Toronto right now. My wife tells me it's like 2 degrees. It's like 35 degrees and hot here. So Gene is 3 more shades darker than me. So
I want you straight home after dinner.
Yeah, we'll be home early. You got a curfew for me?
Yes, I do. All right, David, thanks for doing this, pal. Keep up the great work and enjoy the rest of the series, Oilers and the Stars.
Yeah, it should be great. Thanks for having me on. Busy time in the world of the NHL, and you guys are all over. It's great to see.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
David Amber, host of Hockey Night in Canada, NHL on Sportsnet. So 158 pounds.
Yeah. That's insane.
Do you know at 158 pounds, you don't go for an x-ray. They just hold you up in front of a light bulb.
You got any more knee smackers over there?
It's crazy to be a
158
professional athlete. That's
158
tough.
is wild.
That's tough.
Maybe grade 6.
Is he a jockey? Like what other athletes 158? I know. Like, that's crazy. Game time?
Game time.
It's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. I'm looking at the Panthers in Carolina again tonight. And Bet365 is going back to the well with the Carolina Hurricanes as big faves tonight.
It just feels like this is a way to make money here.
Minus 135 tonight are the Carolina Hurricanes. The Florida Panthers are plus 115 on the money line.
You did Panthers last game.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did, and then I lost my winnings last night on the Oilers.
Are they getting better? Are they just getting better?
They're good. Listen, if they win tonight, it's 4 games.
4.
So I guess that's what they're kind of playing in here, that how bad Carolina needs this game and all that. But I just think Florida's way better.
But how many goals did A.J. Greer and Jonah Gash score in the Leafs? And they scored last game, and
they weren't even playing. He put in a whole new 4th line, and they just immediately started lighting it up. It's really frustrating.
I like that Greer is the guy down the lineup.
Oh,
really
man.
Frustrating.
Really good.
Yeah, he's heavy.
Yeah, so that's surprising. And looking ahead to tomorrow night, Oilers underdogs in Dallas. Definitely has the feel of letting one get away. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into it. And give me tonight a goal scorer. Give me Sam Reinhart to score a goal tonight at plus 200. I like Sam Reinhart to score a goal.
I'm going to bet Aho to get a zillion shots.
Aho to get shots? How many shots do you want?
I think he's going to get 4 shots tonight.
Sebastian Aho shots. Why am I having such a hard time with this? You want, how many shots did you say?
4.
It's plus 230.
There you go.
Yep.
One of my biggest misses was Sam Reinhart when he was in Buffalo. And
Never saw it.
No.
I thought he couldn't skate. I was like, he's not tough. He can't skate.
Can't skate. Not tough. Like he's going to be this third. He'll be lucky to stay on a third line in the NHL.
I thought he was a Buffalo Sabre, like a perfect Sabre.
He
He
is
was just toil
so
there, getting
good.
25. I know he's unbelievable.
The only thing I'll remember about really this Stanley Cup playoffs this year is Simone Benoit burying him behind the net, absolutely filling him in.
Can't get hit much harder, quite honestly.
And he gets up like nothing. No look at the referee, no shaking his head, no on one knee.
Not the getting up to me.
So-
It's the just
so-
continuing to play hockey part.
Think about that elevating your team. And Benoit's hit supposed to do that for the Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
And Reinhart gets up like it's nothing. Like, that's the best you got? I'm coming right back at you.
So I guess you like a plus 200 goal for Sam Reinhart tonight.
Yes, I do.
That was Game Time presented by Bet365. It's the app's latest odds. And find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365. It's for 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
All right. Boy, that was a fast, 40 minutes?
Good chat, boys.
Yeah.
Really good chat. Okay, we'll take a quick break. When we return, Sammy wants to talk a little docuseries with the Oiler Dynasty.
Yeah, have you seen this?
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
We'll discuss when we return to Real Kipper and Bourne. Welcome back to the program. As a reminder, this hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kiprios, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee.
So I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Off the top, we talked about the Shanahan stuff.
Yeah.
And yesterday,
Yeah.
I thought we did I got a lot of messages about yesterday saying it was a fabulous Leafs hour. And people
Where
loved
we
it.
broke down the best of and the worst of the last decade.
Did you get a little, maybe hear something about that one?
Yeah, a little.
Not like you to walk it back.
Did you get a little?
I did. I got a call.
Okay.
And then I responded with, well, Sammy and Justin were
did it
just
too.
as bad. They were just as bad.
But guess what? I'm not Nick Kiprios.
And then she said, what is wrong with you?
Oh.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a call from my wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask you guys about something. Did you see, there's a two-part question here.
Okay.
I mean, we're just doing Leafs. We're in the Sorry National. But there's a picture floating around on the internet of these guys. It was like Riley and Matthews and Marner and McCabe, all at a golf club near here up in Caledon. Pulpit. And people were like, sent the tweet about that. And I mean, I don't care really about them, like whatever. But the question I had for you, because I sent a tweet about this today, the hat in the clubhouse thing. Okay. This is the question I want to ask, because I wear a hat on air all the time. I wear a hat 95% of my life. But like, if you were sitting down to dinner and you saw somebody wearing a hat, does that make you physically recoil like I do? Like if I'm out for dinner with my wife and I see a guy like out on a date and he's wearing a hat at dinner.
That's not dinner.
But I mean, you're in a clubhouse. Shouldn't your hat be off? I would take my hat off at a clubhouse no matter what.
Hold on for a second.
Okay, yes.
Okay. We don't know what the rules are.
I mean,
Okay,
regardless of rules.
Okay, all right. So like, okay, who had a napkin in their lap, Sam?
No, I just think wearing a hat, sitting down in a clubhouse is a little bit. I don't have many old school morals, but that one for me is a little bit too much.
If you just came off the golf course and you're having some beers and your hat's still on, what is the big deal?
The funny thing is at Rosedale, you actually have to don a top hat. So that's why he's not offended by it.
Okay. This, you know what I am offended?
200
You know what I'm offended?
That picture got out?
Yes.
Yeah, it's stupid. Stupid.
And whoever wrote it put 72 hours later. Oh,
What are you
my
supposed
God.
to be doing?
Oh, 72 hours later.
They better. I
Having
want you in a
big
dark
cry?
room for a week crying.
72 hours. Do you know